Welcome whānau to another playthrough of Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. Episode 4, we're attempting our first Stronghold, the Corridor of Death. So, 2 expeditions in, we managed to gather up enough clues to unlock the location deep within the fortress of the fabled Corridor of Death. A labyrinth of enemies, traps, perils at every turn. Our 4 brave adventurers, Crew Tracker, Diet Greg, Janice Drake, the Rogue Trader, Emmeline Shadow Spear, the Eldar Ranger, and Esperin Locano, Imperial Navigator. These 4 explorers have banded together to unlock the secrets and mysteries of the Blackstone Fortress. So yeah, this is the first of 4 strongholds to conquer in order to crack into the hidden vault somewhere within the Blackstone Fortress. So this is our first of 4. I'm very excited to get this underway. So to get to the Corridor of Death, we had to work our way through an access route. So we ended up doing 2 combats off camera, uncovering a couple of clues, archaeotech, so we're pretty well equipped. Haven't yet been back to Precipice to refuel, and we've got one final challenge that we need to overcome before we step into the Stronghold. So it's called the Chasm. A chasm must be crossed for the explorers to continue their journey. So pretty much what's happened, walking through the Blackstone Labyrinth, come across a great chasm, and need to cross it. If we don't cross it, we could potentially get wounded, even dead on a roll of 1, although we can sacrifice resources or clues, anything that we've picked up, in order to avoid taking a wound. And just a heads up, reading the rules of the Corridor of Death, it is loaded with Chaos Beastmen, never before fought, Traded Guardsmen, Urgals, Spindle Drones, Negavolt Cultists, Rogue Psychers, and Chaos Space Marines. So our 4 brave heroes have a lot to conquer. Emperor Protect will wrap up this challenge and then begin our descent as we tackle our very first Blackstone Fortress Stronghold, the Corridor of Death. Stay with me. Alright, so our explorers will cross the chasm. Janice, Diet Greg, Crew Tracker, Agile, Nimble, Creature of the Forests. Agility roll for him. Oh. Alright, so Diet Greg, he failed the agility test to cross the chasm. I don't want to discard any of his gears. He's got some really good gears. So I'm going to risk it. If I roll a 1, he's dead. But, I mean, that's a 1 out of 20 chance. So anything else I'm pretty happy with. He's got an item that will heal him once we're in. So let's go for it. YOLO. 12. He just suffers 1 grievous wound. But he does have the Hospitalier Servo Skull, which will recover that wound next event phase. So here we go. Next one, agility test. Janice Drake, Rogue Trader. Come on, boy. Oh, critical success. He doesn't even sweat it. He's just the acrobat. He's safe. Emmeline Shadow Guide, crossing the chasm. Oh, she's good. And Esperin Locano, Imperial Navigator. Boom, critical success. Yeah, the boys. We're all crossed safely into the Corridor of Death, ready to encounter and tackle our first stronghold. So we're going to pre-set up the board. I'll quickly explain it once it's all done. We'll come back to you. So the maglev chamber enters into place. You arrive at a broad chamber with tessellating ceiling panels that hang oppressively low. Echoing through the gloom, you hear whispered words in a profane tongue, along with the wet, nasal clacking of a group of Urgals lurking somewhere in the darkness. So whānau, after 2 expeditions, our brave explorers have made it to their first stronghold, the Corridor of Death. And an appropriately fitting name, I do believe. If we quickly scan across what our explorers have to conquer, we have 4 trader guardsmen with las guns, all aimed and ready to fire. Negavolt cultists, each accompanied by a chaos beastman. No areas to search. And then the true corridors of death here, there, which lead to 2 Chaos Space Marines, 2 Rogue Psychers, and 2 Guardsmen with Flamers, and then 4 Urgals in the Urgal nest. So there's a laser field array. We're going to have to duck and dive through to get into it. Once we're in there, if we manage to fight our way through a million enemies, through all of that, dodge through there, kill the Urgals who are like close combat monsters, and then explore, find the Dark Age relic to conquer the Stronghold, and then get out of here and into an escape chamber. So, boom, they call it the Corridor of Death for a reason there. I don't like the odds, but I do know the Emperor is protecting and watching out for his humble servants. And at this point of the game, 2 expeditions, but look at that. We're pretty well equipped at the moment. Maybe we should have gone back to Precipice, but we are full health. So yeah, what we need to do is get from here all the way to there and then get out. So place your bets, find out who will win, who will lose. Hopefully we'll all get through. But who knows? It's the roll of the dice. Got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Anyway, fine, we'll kick into turn 1. But an entertaining expedition for sure is about to be had as a multi-wargamer attempts to conquer his first stronghold, Warhammer Quest, Blackstone Fortress. Alright, fine, so here is the initiative tracker there. Esper and Dyke going first. Then these group are the trader guardsmen with the las guns. This one is that. Number 3, that would be the Negavolts and the Beastmen, and number 4, the Urgals. So Dyke Gret, crew tracker, has used his ability, gets to race forward as a tracker and plants a booby trap. He's done very cleverly over there, and moved as well. So we'll go into first activation, Esper and Locano, Imperial Navigator, as we take on our first stronghold. So Esper and Locano's finished all his activations, pretty useless. Missed 2 times and ended up getting just 1 measly wound on him. So going straight into second activation, Dyke Grek, got to finish that guy off. Alright, so Dyke Grek moved across here into the same hex as the Trader Guardsman. He's placed another booby trap there, so anticipating when these guys move, they're going to track along that way. So keep them locked in, and he's going to hit with his pistol and rifle blade into that guy. 2 purple dice, 1 wound. That's all we need for the death. Alright, so Dyke Grek didn't quite get what he wanted, but he ended up taking out that guardsman and missing the shot into that dude. So rolling into activation for the hostile group 2 and 1. Alright, so the guardsman snipers are positioned in the corridor of death. Up there, up here, we killed 1 there, and 2 of them, this one, that one there, going to take a pot shot into Esper and Locano, ignores cover. Pray for a miss. Oh, 1 grievous wound, 1 regular wound, and it ignores cover, so I don't know if you get a save. Alright, so here in the Urgal nest, somewhere in here lays the artifact that we are looking for, the Dark Age relic. Hostile group, just activated. Rolled a 20 for them, which ended up empowering the 2 psychers. If they're not hard enough already, well, we're going to find out they're like double hard. These guys made a rush action, so they moved and then charged, as well as the Trader Guardsman. So it had the unexpected effect of kind of clearing out the corridor, which is good, because we were kind of planning on attacking on this side, and then leaving those guys do whatever they want. But if we can empty it from this side, we could perhaps run around the long end. And I reckon we want to stop and activate the portal there, which is the closest portal to us, on our way. So that's pretty good. They can't do anything yet, so we're safe. I want to keep it as far away from the Chaos Space Marines as we can. Superhuman soldiers against us regular humans and Eldar, we're not going to have a good time. So that's what it's looking like as we move over to activation. Back for our explorers, Janice and Emmeline. Just having a bit of a strategy meeting here as we continue our activations for turn 1. We've got all our ships ready to provide support, reading through their abilities. It's not sure whether we should stay all together or split focus there. Just I know that if we stay together, then we've got all these blobs would all like converge on there, and we might have a tough fight to get through. Whereas we could potentially sneak out a group of 2, might be a bit easier. All right, leave it to the dice. All right, so the dice have spoken. We're not splitting up. We're going to work through this together. That's the way we got this far. That's the way we'll stay. So Janice, 1 activation dice moving, 1, 2, another 1, 1, 2. So Janice has made it to his mate, the crew tracker, who was his humble guide through the Blackstone Fortress, and who was equipped with the servo skull. So he's going to be able to remove the wound that he took from the sniper. And he's saved his last activation dice to use for Overwatch if this group plan on coming any closer. Emmeline's activation now. Alright, so Emmeline's made a move here, grouped with her buddy and using her Eldar sniper rifle into this guy, rolling that dice. Oh, boom, gonzo. Now you see me, now you don't. So Emmeline finished up her turn sniping out 2 trader guardsmen, 2 so-called snipers, got out-sniped by the Eldar Ranger, who managed to gain a point of inspiration, bringing her grand total to 3, and she's now inspired for the rest. Tell us if they inspire for just this expedition or forever. It'd be good to know, but powered up, like extra dice for combat. He's on the verge of inspiration as well as Digrek, so hopefully that can come to play and help us through this corridor of death, this haunting maze of despair. Alright, so hostile group 3 is activating, rolling a 9, which is a charge for the Negavolt cultist. So he's going to move towards the closest explorer and then move again if there's no one visible. So boom, he's going to zoom. Kablooey. Alright, Whānau, so that is the end of the first turn. Blackstone Fortress, Corridor of Death. Done a bit of work, actually. Done a bit of work. Taken out 3 of the sniper guardsmen. Took out a Negavolt. Still got a track laid there, ready to go. But the net is closing in, and I don't have that much more traps to spare. Especially these guys, we want to run away from them. Not sure the best way to proceed. Quickly scanning across the battlefield. Emmeline is inspired. The trader guardsmen, the Chaos Space Marines are coming down this way at a movement speed of 2. We could start swinging that way, and then come up the corridor from the back end, take out those psychers. Few options to do. So we're rolling up the initiative tracker, and I'll roll up the event phase as well, see if there's any changes that are going to come through. And Greg's Hospital Servo Skull has made some medical aid on Janice Drake, recovering his wound, rolling off the D20 for the event inside the Corridor of Death. 15. Inspiration. Oh, the leader picks an explorer. The explorer gains 1 inspiration point. So we'll give that to Dyak. My boy, your boy, the Crew Tracker. Look at his gears. He is equipped for days. He's no longer inspired. Oh, look at that. Look at that boost to those cards. Beautiful. Boom. We couldn't even plan that. We couldn't even rig that. That's the game. We're going to make it through. I believe in us. I hope you believe in us, viewers, as we're fighting for you to uncover the secrets of the Blackstone Fortress. That's the initiative tracker. No gambits used. Again, the luck is on our side. But we're going to kick in activation 2, turn 2 of Corridor of Death, Stronghold Assault. Your host, the Multi Wargamer. Alright, so activation, starting with Esper Lacano, Imperial Navigator, just relocated to the other side where the light's coming directly under. So if lighting was pretty shitty, apologies. We'll continue now with better lighting. And using one of his dice, he imparts a mental command upon the beastman over here, luring him to move. One step, bazunga, he's gone, dead. Next, after blowing the beastman to smithereens, pulling him onto Dyak Greg's booby trap, he spins around and invokes the power. Shit. He spins around and invokes the power of his third eye to psychically assault the Negavolt cultist, dealing a wound. So he ends up wounding the Negavolt cultist. However, the Voltergeist field may negate that. So +2 to the scroll. Oh, yeah. On a 20 plus, the wound is ignored. So no wounds are him. But he's got one more dice, doesn't he?
No, 2 more.
Oh, 2 more.
Yep, because that was...
I haven't moved yet. Yeah, sweet. Third eye once again. And once again, 18 plus he'll ignore. 13. Wounded.
Take him again.
One more time. Third time's the charm. Oh, grievous wound. 18 plus ignored. Yo. Maybe I don't roll for the enemies. He's alive with 1 wound. Can you believe I rolled 2 20s? What a hero. On to Genesis activation. Alright, fine. So Dyak Greg is up. The Crew Tracker inspired. Reading some rule shenanigans. So I don't know if I'm getting them right, but as I interpret it, I'm activating the power of his support ship. The action allows the explorer to take a weapon action without spending an activation dice. Any attack rolls for that weapon action are automatically a critical success. So remember that, what I've just done. He's also going to move 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now next thing he will do is discard his explosive round that he picked up on the first trip to Precipice. So discard this card before making an attack roll for this explorer. Make that attack roll normally and then make attack rolls with the same weapon against all other hostiles in the same hex or an adjacent hex to the target. So remember that in addition to my target illuminator, the action allows the explorer to take a weapon action without spending an activation die. Any rolls for that weapon action are automatically a critical success. So I guess it kind of makes sense because what I'm doing is using my Crew rifle to shoot into the enemies up here. And I've loaded my Crew rifle with an explosive round with the target illuminator provided by my ship. So I'm reading those rules correctly. If I'm not, fill me in, let me know for future. But that's how I see it, and we're going to play it like that right now. It's going to be some awesome shenanigans unleashed right now. So the Chaos Space Marine, 4 wounds, no defenses or power armor saves or anything like that. So 2 shots each with this Crew rifle. Explosive round. I feel like I've misread it because that's way too easy. Lucky to have all 3 of those conditions. No, that's... I would have had only 1 shot if I wasn't inspired. So because I inspired, plus Illuminator, plus Explosive Round, that's 2 shots, criticals, Grievous, 2 wounds. If it was previous to inspiring, then it would have only been 1, and then they still would have had 2 wounds left. But that's 2, 2, 4 wounds. Bam. Gone. Dude. That's insane. That's insane, Fano. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Let me know. But he just destroyed double the wounds values of all the hostiles that you slew. 8, 8, 4, 4, 16. He's doing an inspiration on 16 or lower. Easy. That's an inspiration point. Plus he's got a 6 and a 3 left, so let's drop down and 1 more of these. And he's just going to move up here actually. Oh, probably there. Finish his turn there. Great Crew Tracker, Crew Boss, the MVP. He took out 2 Chaos Space Marines and that in the single turn. This absolute gold. Use this anytime you get it, finally. Amazing, amazing. Oh, look at that. Corridor of Death indeed, because the Crew Tracker is blowing people to smithereens. How good is he? Oh, I could go on for days. Moving on to Janice's turn. Janice Drake, the Rogue Trader, catching up once again with his mate Crew Tracker, Dire Greg, and going to fire in with his pistol into the Negavolt Cultist. With his last activation dice, 2 purples, looking for crits. 1 Grievous, that would be enough. On a 20, he ignores it. You roll. 15. That's a dead boy. And inspiration 2 or lower. Nope. That's Janice's turn. Done. On to Amelin. Alright, so Amelin Shadow Spear, wasting no time at all. 3 activation dice, power it right across the map, right across the corridor of death, into the last hallway, last corridor there. And she's going to take a shot into the Rogue Psychers. Good for her. 2 shots.
Hold on.
Double blanks. Hold on, he says. Alright, so Rogue Psycher's taken a hit. However, he is empowered with a Psychic Shield. So, on a 16 plus, he will ignore that bullet from Amelin. Oh, which he does. So Amelin takes a shot. Bullets are stopped. He's like using bullet time. He's like Neo from the Matrix. Ah, that's disheartening. Could have had a kill there. She might get punished for this, because she's leapt off on her own. These 2 boys, they might rip her to bits. We'll find out. We're going into hostile activations. So hostile group 3, the Negavolts and the Beastmen. We've made a reinforcement roll and we had to re-roll it as per the Stronghold rule, Intruder's Alert. And behavior roll was a 6, so it's just simply advance. Beastmen rocked forward, first one hit the trap, blew up. MVP again. This dude's run up and he's going to take a pot shot into Janice. Square dice because he's at range 4. And it's a blankaroo. The Negavolts simply hold, which is do nothing. So that's going to stay there for some reason. Whilst the action's going on. Moving on to hostile group 1, which would be thus Rogue Psychers. We're going to reinforcement roll for them first. 3, that's a reinforcement's coming. I'll find out who. Alright, so a Chaos Space Marine is back into the fray, emerging from a portal. I think that one's the closest there, not that one. Like if you see distance-wise there. Although, If it's hex distance, then it's not. I'd say it might be hex distance. I'm going to put it there actually. Hex distance, not physical distance, like not measuring distance. Yeah, we're going with that. If that's wrong, let us know as well. Rolling for their behaviour. 20, new roll. Using this card here. Who had that one? Emmeline?
No, Esperin.
Esperin. Mind Lock Sigil. Discard after a behaviour roll is made. You can change that roll to a roll of your choice. So we pick the number?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Pick a 1. We'll pick a 1. Man, we got all the good gears. When did we get all this?
Last missions.
I need to watch those videos again. I know my viewers are up to date. Alright, so reinforcements for the snipers. Now, I misread, I didn't read that properly. This show when the snipers killed, they're replaced by melee weapon guardsmen. So we've brought 2 up over by our explorers. And we rolled a reinforcement roll, bringing 3 more. If I'm reading that right as well, it's pretty vague, this whole thing. So you just go to your interpretation to have the most fun that you can. So brought back 3 lasgun snipers as well. So not too promising. Roll that behavior roll though, see what they're going to do. Alright, so that's advanced. So these 2 move forward, as did that guy over there. These 3 get to take an aim shot, which means reroll misses. So 1 shot each. We'll start with those 2 guys there into Diet Greg. 2 misses, but they can re-roll. 1 hit and 1 critical. Now they're shooting into him. He's behind cover. There, that wall. So that's reduced, and then that one becomes just a regular hit. And then Diet gets to make a defense roll of a square. But he does get an ability, I think. Yeah, he gets a defense value blue dice if he is in cover from an attacking hostile. Oh. So he takes a wound. Then this guy gets a shot as well into Diet. Hit. Which is reduced from cover, so it's a nothing. And then dude up there actually is going to go rumble in close combat with Janice. Alright, final. So recap where we are. End of turn 2. Corridor of Death, Blackstone Fortress, Stronghold Assault. So rolled out initiative for the next phase. There's my cat. Boy. Come on. Alright, off boy, I'm recapping for my loyal viewers. Okay, so the Urgal Lair, Urgal Nest is still untouched. The laser field protecting it. Checks them from coming in and out though. These guys survived their wounds thanks to their empowerment. Emmeline is in the corridor alone, needs support from the boys. Boys are rolling in. 3 of them over here. Reinforcements in the form of 3 more las. Oh, we've got 4 snipers positioned. So this is now a new corridor of death. Snipe battles. I've got the Kroot tracker, Kroot rifle. He can go out against him, but he is pretty outnumbered. Need Emmeline back there. So we're going to probably cut our losses and head towards down that way. These boys wandering aimlessly along the field, and this Chaos Space Marine not as scary as I thought he would be. But that's it, that's our battlefield. Turn 2, pretty optimistic of our chances of success. Only 1 character wounded at the moment, that is Janice Drake. So if we can get down here, a bit of safety where no one can see us. So stay with us, Fano. We're going into turn 1. Turn number 3. Esperion's got the initiative. But we roll event table actually. 12. Corridor of Death, event table 12. Laser barrier shuts down. Explorers do not have to take an agility roll for moving into... Oh! We can't plan this. There's no way we could plan this. I'm getting every single good card possible. So, Laser barrier gone. How long does that stay gone for? Until next turn. So I guess this turn, better make the most of it. Better zoom in there. We've got our destiny dice here. I think we'll be alright. Go into it. Turn 3. Blackstone Fortress. Maoriwargamer. Esperin running into the corridor. Use 3 activations to move this far forward. And attacking with his third eye. Psyker v Psyker. Oh, Grievous. Alright, so Esperin lands a grievous wound right there onto the rogue Psyker. And he's not empowered anymore after his mental defenses were shaken by the bullet shot from Amelin. So he's just got a regular psychic shield on a 20. He negates the wound. Don't roll a 20. Yeah. So the third eye, Psyker v Psyker. Clash of the Minds. Let's replace it with the unpainted one. Boom. That's a death right there. You feel free to roll that dice. 2 or lower. Nope. Oh, there we go. Activation completed for Esperin Locano. Rogue Trader Janice Drake's activation. First, going to get rid of this pain. So he's flurry of attacks. He's going to attack 3 times at the cost of a 6+ activation. So 6 of these. 1. A Grievous and a thing. That's enough to kill him anyway. Lucky. And then he is going to move 1, 2. 1, 2. Activation for Hostile Group 2. So Hostile Activation 2 could have been particularly punishing for, what's his name? Diet Greek. Because these guys, the sniper line of fire. However, we activated the warp cloud generator on Esperin's ship to cloud him. So they could no longer see him. He's covered by a warp fog that's enveloped across the area, so no hostiles can spot him out, and he's safe. So no one can see him because everyone else is all tucked away down this corridor. So they ended up getting a sneak action, and that was the end of their activation. Moving into Emmeline's turn. All right, so Emmeline ended up sniping out, blowing the head off the second rogue Psyker. So the way is clear to the Urgel's nest and to uncovering the Dark Age weapon, the special artifact that we're looking for. There's 4 strongholds, 4 relics to pick up. I guess we'll let her have this one. We've completed the activation for Hostile Group 1. No reinforcements. However, there is this one guy on the field. Behavior roll for him. Oh, yikes. Alright, so that 20 was potentially damaging, but again, that warp cloud generator still obscuring Diet Greg meant that this guy's just running up and into charge range with Janice, but nothing else more he can do. So Janice's turn up next. Just going to give it another try. A Grievous. Straight through, so that guy's on 2 wounds. Last Destiny dice, spend it on that as well. Grievous dead. And then last one, activation of a 6. We will put a booby trap there. And then active hostile groups 4, which is the Urgles, who still hold and do nothing. Hostile group 3, these dudes. They're going to reinforce. Good one. And we're good there, Fano. Guy who had line of sight ran straight into the booby trap, dead. These guys here, new reinforcement there, just holding and doing nothing because they're not visible. So, end of turn 3. Ever closer to the prize. Get there and escape. Almost pretty much full health. Going to roll our dices, reset initiative trackers, give you another recap, and come back to you. We're almost at the end of this mission there, Whānau. I do believe we're going to be successful. Alright, Whānau, recap mission 3, Corridor of Death. The way towards the Urgol lair is cleared. The laser field has reactivated again. Perhaps we can roll off lucky and deactivate it. But our explorers are ready to get in there and shut it down. Hostiles all down towards this end of the map. These ones are the ones we want to get rid of. And then we still need to activate our escape path. But yeah, a lot more manageable than it looked before. Rolling the event for this turn. 16. Inspiration. The leader picks an explorer. That explorer gains 1 inspiration point. Our mate Esperin Locano. I don't know if inspiration lasts for the entire game or for just this expedition. I think it more would be just the expedition. So I'd say hold off. We don't need to inspire him just yet, just in case. But yeah, that's an extra point to Esperin. And we'll go launch straight in. Amelin's taking turn, the first activation, turn 4, Blackstone Fortress. Alright, so Amelin raced forward right up to there, sniped out that guy, and then moved back here to, we're going to wait before we head in there. So, hostile group 4, the Urgol is going to do nothing. So Janice is up next. Janice Drake moved across the board, called the maglev escape chamber for once we complete this fortress, the Stronghold, and ends his turn here out of sight of everyone. Esperin Locano up next. Alright, finally you missed the greatest hero, the greatest sharpshooter who ever lived. Should have filmed it. This guy, Crude Rifle, lined up, blue dice to hit. He spent 6 dice shooting in. Remember, this was Sniper Alley. Boom, boom, boom. Boom there. 8 people dead. 8 wounds, so 16 wounds. Double inspiration roll for you, my good friend Dyke. Boom. Inspiration. Well earned. That was a monster. Last Destiny dice to complete our activations. He's just going to move in here. So not to trigger anyone. So look at that. The battlefield is emptied. Emptied right out. And just go into the last activations for the hostiles. Alright, so end of the turn. Turn number 4. Chargers coming forward. Everyone's coming forward to Janice. He's in a bit of a sticky situation. Maybe I should have moved Dyke to come and provide support. Don't want to come this far only for him to die. But I believe in him. Emperor is indeed protecting. Wrap up. We're going to redraw initiative again, complete the events, and then next turn will be it for sure. We're going to get there no matter what. Search it out and then get the hell out of here. Alright, finally, so that's the initiative for next turn. Destiny dice 2 there, and ready to end out the game. Rolling the event dice, 15. Inspiration, leader picks an explorer, gains an inspiration point. Let's give it to Janice because he's got none. Janice, you're on 1 inspiration, my friend. Great work. Turn number 5. Let's get this done, man. This is taking like 3 hours. Alright, Janice Drake launching out of the evacuation chamber. Going to rumble in against Beastmen and these guys. Flurry of attacks. He's got 2 6+ activations. So 1 going out 3 times at the cost of a 6. So here's 2 of them. Oh, dead. Boom. That's it. You don't mess with the rogue trader Janice Drake, swashbuckler extraordinaire. Boom. And he's got 1 more 6+ dice. Alright, Bloodthirsty from that easy defeat. He's rolling in. He's got 3. He's going to make a flurry of attacks again into these 3 negavolts. The Voltergeist field's going to power them up, but he doesn't care. 1 Grievous. 1 wound. So we've got 1 already on a wound. But yeah, they're going to boost each other's with their Voltergeist field. A 2 for each. Okay, yeah, 16. Wait a minute. Let me read that. He's landed 1 wound, which could kill that one, and another one that could kill that one. Alright, so into this one, he gets 18 plus. Ignores that single wound. No, he's dead. And then the Grievous wound, 18 plus. No. Dead. Bull. That is 8 wounds, doubt, event dice, inspiration. No. Good try though. Boom. And that's it. Corridor of death, corridor of emptiness. Nothing left. Should fast forward, but we're going to stick right to the very end there, Whānau. Esper and Locano's turn. Alright, Esper and Locano has stepped in, suffering a grievous wound. But he's in the lair of the Urgles. He's going to unleash devastation with his 3rd eye. Go ahead, brother. Oh. He is shit. No, not for him. No, it's for one specific, yeah. No, he's shit. Good try, Esper, and that's all his. That's all his turn's done. Good work. On to Diet Greg's turn. Diet Greg's activation. Need to get this done there, Whānau, so he's going to just jump in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Slashing in. Spinning both my dice, so 4 of these. Let's go. 1 wound. Oh, just 1 dead. That was shit. Emmeline, you're our last hope. Emmeline, get in there. Oh, I didn't even roll agility for him, sorry. He failed it and his grievous wound. Grievous wound. 1 wound and 1 grievous wound. Oh, jeez. Emmeline, the last hope. She's diving into the Urgle lair. Come on, girl. Roll that agility. Roll the agility dice. Critical success. Booyah. She is in the Agile Eldar Ranger. Now I'm going to activate the support systems on Janice's ship to power her up specifically. Tactics attache. I think that's what that little squiggly means. Cost of a 6+. So she can re-roll all hits. So she's rolling 2 blues to start. 1 dead. And you re-roll misses. Dead. 1 more Urgle left. And 1 more Urgle dead. So that is the Urgle lair cleansed of all enemies. Now, finding the Dark Age weapon must take a search 4+ action and a hex in the Urgle lair. Roll an activation dice after taking the action. So 1 more activation dice she has left. Using that one, and we'll make a search. Alright, Whānau, so all that is left now is escape. That is the initiative track. Believe it or not, Laser field deactivated just as we need to escape. Janice took a wound from the Negavolt, but he's ready to provide cover. Only one enemy left on the field. Let's fast forward our way out of here, eh? I don't even think, yeah, we're just going to get out. That's it, Whānau. Our mighty adventurers have braved and conquered the first stronghold, Corridor of Death, finding their way through Trader Guardsmen, through Rogue Psychers, through Chaos Space Marines. Man, it's been like 3 hours. 3 hours of adventuring and exploring to get to this point. We've harvested the Urgal lair of the artifact and heading back to Precipice to recharge. We've got a few injuries. We need to recover. So join us back in Precipice once we're in a safe place. Boom, 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 boom. Our boys getting the hell out of here. Alright, so our heroes fresh out of their first stronghold receive their trading point bonus. So rolling for Janice. 5. Oh, he gets 5 trading points. Greg. 6. You roll for your 2. Emmeline. 1. Esperin Lacano. 5. Woo. Alright, we'll see you in Precipice there, Whānau. Alright, Whānau, here we are back in Precipice, fresh from victory, conquering our first stronghold, the Corridor of Death. New card to the Legacy deck, as a reminder. Took out a nest of Urgals, hordes of enemies, and recovered the Dark Age weapon, which is now wielded by Amelin Shadow Guide, who are pretty onto it. However, undeniably MVP of that battle was our correct tracker, Greg. His booby traps, his snipes, he was on fire. So we've done a recovery step. Still a few wounds here and there, but still in a good position to keep exploring. So here we are at Precipice. The tradings are going on. Resources available. We've gained a bunch of trading points plus archaeotech gained on the access route to the stronghold in the first place. So we're drawing a new card from the Legacy deck. Draw it twice. There we go. I'm going to bother rigging that again. And I'm going to do some trading. So we'll start with Janice. Swap that around. Janice, he has 6 plus 1, 7 points of trading. 6 gained from the stronghold, plus 1 he recovered, and archaeotech. So we've got 7 points. Emmeline has 2 points to trade. Greg has 5, and Esperin has 6. Alright, so we're just going to spend up. Everything's spread out. Nice place to rest, relax, unwind after pretty brutal. We did an expedition, being pretty non-stop between Expedition 2 and then the access route, then the Stronghold. So it's good to be back, and we're going to buy some stuff, come back, let you know what we bought. Awesome, so nicely equipped for the next mission. So Janice bought the Mammoth Tusk Blade, the Thermoplast Cloak, exhausted to change the success result to a critical success. Still holding on to a clue, and the Lost Volume for Rain and Rouse. Old Mates, Greg, Hollow Field Projector, Mad Dog, Scryer Skull, Mad Dog. This one still sticks with us, Mad Dog. Plus he still keeps an archaeotech and a clue. Oh, we've got 3 clues, 1 more clue, and we can do another stronghold. Some gears there, and gears there, Contract Bank, Trader Guardsman. So boom, bada bing, bada boom. That is the Corridor of Death complete, whānau. Corridor of Death, experience gained, items gained, powering up, and continue our search for more clues, more archaeotech, so we can unlock the mysterious mysteries of the Blackstone Fortress. Whānau, I hope you enjoyed that episode, a long one, a bumper one, but I'm happy to bring it to you and can't wait to dive ever deeper, encounter more enemies, encounter more equipment, all that good stuff to provide that quality tabletop gaming content that you know and love. I am your humble host, the Māori Wargamer. Whānau, if you enjoyed this episode, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, share this video with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your enemies. Let me know, comments, rules areas, your favorite characters, anything like that. Love to hear from you, even just to say hi. And yeah, once again, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you tune in next week for another exciting Blackstone Fortress adventure. I am your host, the Māori Wargamer. Thank you for watching. Ka kite, anō.